Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Another session of Technology Saturdays. This is a session where I want to wrap up what happened over the last year on this channel. It's awesome to be still doing it, and I will make some reflections on how this was going, what I have learned in this process, who I want to thank that this is still happening. And what I see a little bit in the near future. If you have any questions, this is very crucial. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, if you have any questions, just post them below. They show up here in this streaming platform, and I can actually look at this. So I've prepared a little presentation. As I mentioned already in the intro, there is a total of 33 sessions already done in this 12 months, a little bit more than 12 months, and it has been a really crazy journey, a really cool journey, and there is definitely some value here that I want to continue to share. Let's get right into it. So I go into the bigger screen share so you can see a little bit more of the presentation I have prepared. First of all, I want to show how it started. So you can see it has been a little bit more than a year ago. It was on the May 9th, 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic, where the first shutdown happened, the middle of the first shutdown, right after all the initial fear about this new situation came up. I called up my friend Bruno, and he showed himself open to make this first session. We then started to do regular sessions, and yeah, I just watched this episode back then again, and it was really a good episode. We kind of set the tone for the whole channel, for the whole show. We said we want to share, we want to be positive, we want to get people to think about technologies, we want to get people to embrace technologies, and that's I think part of this mission we have started to do. So that's where I want to make a little pause and thank all the people that have been on the show so far, the people that have watched it, the people that have made questions, the people that have commented it, and the people that have ultimately taken some of the value out of what we are sharing here, and what the people that I've invited, which is typically the people that are really deep into one of the technologies. We talked about artificial intelligence, we talked about virtual reality, we talked about exoskeletons, we talked about also the human side of it, where we talked about definitely some of the behaviors that change as we engage with technology. So basically, there is a special thanks, of course, for Bruno here. He's one of the co-founders of this channel, of this show, and I'm really appreciative for him. We're still in contact. He has a very busy job now. He's the Chief Digital Transformation Officer of a big Mexican corporation, so he's a busy guy, but I know that he continues to support this, and I really want to give a thumbs up for my buddy Bruno. Johannes, wherever you are, my friend, if you see this, really appreciate it. That means a lot to me that you actually helped me to come up with this and to start this. And of course, all the people that have been on the show. It's not easy to go live, to expose yourself in social media, to actually look at you in the screen and know that people are watching you that you might not know. It's not easy. So everybody, thank you, especially the people that have been multiple times on the show. There's also been some people that have been twice or 3 times. So that's really incredible. And of course, big learnings for them. So let's go right into the summary. The best platform where I think that sums it all up is, for me, YouTube. You can see at the YouTube channel, there is definitely a very nice overview. They show the tagline, incredible sessions I had. I can see that the Tesla session, I made a live video in the Tesla. I can see the session where we had Raul Romero again, where we had Vero again, a really cool Hector talking about the SpaceX, my buddy Jose Manuel with his Regimat team, really cool stuff. Of course, summer last year, got very excited about blockchain, had some talks with Eloisa Cárdenas, really incredible woman. Congratulations also to her. She has now founded the first Mexican stable coin. It's called the Pexo, which is a stable coin with the Mexican pesos. Really incredible project. Congratulations to her. She's definitely going to have a big impact in the future of the ecosystem in Mexico. So that was during the summer. You can see lots of blockchain content. And then we go to the first sessions. You can see we were still very unexperienced streaming for sure. I still think that we did quite well with the quality. We did quite well with the fluidity in the channel. So really looking back, as you can see, it has been a year now since the first videos got uploaded into YouTube. And yeah, it's quite amazing how the time goes by and how all this good stuff gets added up. I sometimes go back and still look at these sessions, and I pick up some of the ideas that we had back then. And yeah, it's always a good learning. This is the summary of how YouTube presents the summary of the visits that you have had. If you upload some videos, you can see they show you how many people have visited the page, how long have they been on the page. So really incredible. The session 8 was definitely the most impactful session. A total watch time of 13.8 hours. Got 2 new subscribers for the channel with that, and 579 times somebody clicked on the video. So really interesting how YouTube sums this up. On Facebook, this is how it looks like. Yeah, of course, Facebook is mainly, I have mainly family and friends there for sure. So this is not really people that are very much engaged with Industry 4.0, but of course like to see what's going on, who are the people I'm talking with. And yeah, Facebook was one of the platforms that actually allowed me to first stream without any restrictions, because one of the surprises that we had with the very first session was that YouTube and Facebook were streaming it, but LinkedIn wasn't. So I signed up for LinkedIn. I did all the connection, and LinkedIn wasn't streaming it, and I was really surprised. And then I found out that LinkedIn actually requires you to do a certain amount of content before they actually let you go live on their platform. It was a big surprise for me. I didn't know that. So at the end of the day, about 6 months, after 6 months, a little bit less, 4 months, LinkedIn is also doing the live feed. So everybody that plans to do live video on LinkedIn, you need to get some recordings, some videos online, so they actually manually approve you to be able to stream. That was a little bit of a surprise. And yes, I want to show as well with the platform that I use. So here you can see this is the platform that I use. It's called Streamyard. It's an online platform that I found back then in May last year as one of the easiest platforms to use. So you can see all the past transmissions that I have made, and the preliminary and the planned transmissions, so the future transmissions that I will start to record. So you can see where this stuff has been transmitted, right? Very interestingly, they give you the little links and where it has been transmitted. At the end of the day, you can also download the content. That's actually something I do as well. So after the session, how long it has been doesn't matter. So I basically take the recording, I download it, and then I make some little short videos out of it, 2 to 3 minutes, and then I upload them on LinkedIn and YouTube, so people can actually see a short version, or just like an idea, or just like something really bright that some of my people or some of my invitees have said, and I share them as well. So this is how the platform looks like from a start window. But then once you're in the transmission, that's how the window looks like. So on the left, you have this little window. That's actually what you guys can see. And on the bottom, you have your main control buttons. Here you have all the people that are on the channel that are connected to the transmission from invited people, right? So you can add them here to the screen. And then on the right-hand side, you have all the interaction, the banners, and everything that comes in from social media, the comments, you can all see them here to the right. So I want to take the chance to also invite you to make some questions. So if you have some questions about some of the sessions that have happened in the past or regarding this platform, I'm also open. I think this is the Q&A session. This is the session where everybody can ask and learn about the platform and get some recommendations. So if you want to start, just put in the comment on wherever you're watching, and it shows up here to the right on the bottom, and I can actually see them and answer them. So I promised that I would talk about what I've learned and what has this actually shown to me over the last 12 months. And here I've made a little summary. So basically, the first and biggest learning is that getting a high frequency of content, let's say once a week, twice a week, upload 3 times a week a video, is very, very hard. It's hard stuff. It's hard work. You need to prepare for it. You need to plan time for it. You actually need to have the time to do it, and also to post-produce it, to get some of the golden content out of the long videos. And I can really tell you that it is to be very consistent and have a high frequency output of content is hard work. It's definitely worthwhile, but it's hard. The preparation for a fluent content and actually valuable content is very key. So just clicking the live button and go online and talk about whatever you want to talk about is probably not going to give the people the value. So you really need to prepare for it. You need to put some thoughts into it, maybe make a little preparation, have some preliminary talk with the invited people, learn about, or let's say read about the stuff that you're actually going to talk about, even if you're not the expert. If the other person is the expert and you're just making, let's say, the interview, you still need to have knowledge about it. So preparation is super key for fluent content. And ideally, for live sessions, I would say that you should connect and be perfectly ready about 20 to 30 minutes before the sessions. If you hustle and if you're running into a session and you just barely connect 5 minutes before it, you're going to have this initial anxiety and nervousness, and you can actually see it at the beginning. So yeah, prepare for it. I found about myself that I actually really love to share and talk about technology. It's a huge passion. So for me, this hasn't really been work. This has been more of a love and passion thing. So I really found that one of the learnings is that I really love this stuff, and I definitely going to continue to do it. Also, I found that sharing and sharing something online and sharing knowledge is actually a skill that you have to learn, that we learn. So first of all, we start off with sharing the way that we think or we believe that people will actually get it, or that we want to put it, or that we have understood it, and then we actually find out that the receiver part of it is more important than the emitter part. So you tweak your message, you tweak the way how you share your information and your learning all the time. Incredible learning was that the cloud-based digital technologies are super easy to use, very intuitive, and improve all the time. So right now, the window that I'm looking at with Streamyard is already changed 3 times since I started. They have added languages. So now recently, the platform is fully in Spanish. They have added the additional channels. They have added additional functionality, buttons, increased the quality, the audio quality, the video quality. So it's really incredible how all the time, the cloud-based digital technology, in this case, Streamyard, improves. And I think this also applies for all the other technology. And that's one of the powers of cloud-based digital technology. I've also found out that insecurity is stopping us. So in my case, of course, it's insecurity of what will people think, insecurity about what will I screw up, or insecurity about what if something breaks, what if it stops, what if the person that I'm having the interview with there is no chemistry, right? So what if the person doesn't show up, right? So there is multiple stuff that really stopping us, and it's mainly our insecurity. So the sooner you get over this, and the sooner you actually fight this insecurity by actually believing in that what you do, you really do it for yourself, and you really do it because you want to learn and want to get the next step and want to do something and want to share something, then it's going to be very, very much easier. And at the end, there was one thing that really surprised me majorly, hugely over this whole year. After putting out all these sessions, posting all the videos, posting all this knowledge and thoughts and stuff, I had 0 negative responses, and I put in brackets so far. So I haven't had a negative comment in a year, which really is mind-blowing, because at the end, there has been lots of positive feedback. There has been lots of cheers. There has been lots of incredible feedback, but no person has actually bothered to put in a negative response. And that's really, really incredible. And I don't think that the quality is that high, or maybe it's because not many people are actually looking at it. But at the end, the fear that we have that we're going to get negative feedback or hate posts is actually not that really high, especially if you're really passionate about what you're doing, and if you're sharing what you know about, and if your intention is really to help people and come up with new ideas and get people to actually start doing stuff, the negative responses are really going to be almost 0. And that's a huge learning, because at the end, that's what some of you guys is holding you back. So at this point, I also want to invite everybody, if you want to start sharing yourself, if you want to start making content, I want to give you a platform here as well. So anybody that has a specific topic in mind, that really is passionate about, that has to do with people and technology. Let's talk about, for example, agriculture technology, agriculture improvements. If you're big on this and you have some knowledge and you really don't want to set it up yourself, you want to come to this channel, definitely you can have my platform. So just write a comment. You know what, Stefan, I want to be in the next session of Technology Saturdays and talk about what I found, a product that I've developed, a software that I've written, some crazy stuff that I found about human behavior and how we can actually leverage and do stuff better with technology. Here's the place to be. So really, really, I'm super open to that. Just contact me, and I'm definitely going to find a space for you to be able to share with the world. Well, where am I going to take this now? So basically, I found myself that there is some technologies that I really believe that for me will have the biggest impact over the next year and a half in my personal life, in my business life, in my company's life. And this is the 3 things. So first of all, I believe in algorithms. Some people call it artificial intelligence. Some people call it machine learning. Some people call it simply algorithms. At the end, I believe in programming. I've acquired some skill now. I'm definitely going to still have to increase that skill. So I'm learning the Python programming language, specifically for dashboards and automation of repetitive tasks. So I believe that we waste time every day with repetitive digital tasks that we can do, or that algorithm can do for us, so we don't have to execute them. I'm very excited about IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things, which is basically the connectivity of all the devices and machines, and the possibility that those machines can actually interact in real time with us and each other. So I think this is huge. I am big fan of smart home. I'm bigger fan of actually having the real-time data. So that's definitely something that I will continue to learn, and I will continue to share here on this channel, because I really believe that this is a big part, and it's actually a tough topic. There is different protocols, there is different programming languages. It's an interesting thing, but I think currently there is what we call the APIs. This is the interfaces to different platforms and devices, and with those APIs we can actually very easily pull together all the information that we need and put them into our hands very easily, or even processed, right? And of course, one of my favorite topics that has really emerged over the last 6 months, which is blockchain. I'm super bullish about blockchain. I believe blockchain is a game changer, and it's a game changer about leadership, about how we organize as as a society, how we can actually have people all over the world access to a new economy, a digital economy, a digital finance world where we have actually decentralized trust. And this, as I mentioned here, I will definitely engage in different projects that leverage the decentralized technology of the future. And I will mainly focus on education, education in this space. So if anybody wants to learn about blockchain, different applications, and how these different platforms work, please contact me. I have put in some hours now already, and I'm gonna do it some talks over the next months about this topic specifically. And of course, when it comes to DeFi, I will be heavily involved in looking to continue to leverage the decentralized finance world. I believe specifically in Mexico, there is a huge market for this. North America in general, the US is always a little step ahead, but I think Asia as well, definitely a step ahead. But I think there is a huge potential in Mexico, as the current financial system definitely is not very inclusive, and the DeFi sector, compared with good education, can definitely help many people adopt and make a better life for themselves. So that's basically what I'm going to do, or let's say focus from a technology standpoint over the next 3 years. So basically that's what I have prepared for today. A little recap, right? A very humble recap. Basically only wanted to share what I believe has happened over the last 12 months, what I believe has been big in this learning curve. And of course, big thanks to my family that has enabled me to have the time. Usually Saturdays 11 a.m. I get this space of an hour to be able to do this. Half an hour before the show, during the show, the half hour, which makes up for an hour, and they have been very good and very open for me to live this passion with the streaming. So thanks to my family, of course, they have been huge, and muchas gracias. So if there is any question, please let me know. I'm here for you. Anything that you want to know specifically about the platform, about certain technologies, that's really what I'm passionate about. And I wish everybody a great Saturday. A little shorter episode today, 25 minutes, but the next time I'm gonna have a very interesting guest on the show, and we're gonna definitely talk about some cool technologies. So stay tuned, dial in, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.